All across the unknown world, rediscovery pushes ever onwards to find the lands and people lost. All thanks to our brave explorers.
Hi, I'm Nate, and I'm playing Azakar and the Jani Seraph.
Hi, I'm Dan, and I'm playing Vanya, the Wolfkin Warrior.
Hey, I'm Livy. I'm going to be playing Rayri, the Sprite Ranger.
Hi, my name's Theo and I'm playing Cal, Sangavar Guardian.
And my name is DM Dan. I'll be the GM in these adventures. The further we go, the more we learn of these magical tales from elsewhere.
Hello. Well, what a comment in the chat to come back to. Hi, Beef. Hi. Hello. I am DM Dan, and we are the Explorers of Elsewhere, and we are playing live. We are currently nostrils deep in Tales from Elsewhere, our Daggerheart playthrough. Our adventurers, our explorers have been spelunking through a mysterious set of cave-like tunnels. They've in search of a research team that's gone missing. They've found them, but it would seem that they cannot go from whence they came and must now find an alternate exit. But in doing so, in looking for that alternate exit, they have found bad stuff, which is slightly blocked from line of sight by some terrain, but they found a large pool of what appears to be corrupted, tainted mana, and what appears to be, you know what? I'm gonna kill that wall. There we go. What appears to be three kind of manifestations of wizards from the war between dragons that concluded 18 months prior. It appears to be two wizards, two mages, and then one leader of a sort, some self-important gentleman of a dragon-sense disposition. But yes, as the flames from the dragon-sense back splay into a kind of a mockery of wings, and fire ripples from his claws up to his wrists. We will... what did we decide on for the Daggerheart alternative to roll?
The action tracker's in play.
Okay. So, as the flames lick up from his back, the action tracker is in play. Bum 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 bum. Who is as we turn on the battle music, who is going first? As these three figures kind of prepare for a skirmish with you, seemingly stood atop some hardened, crystallized, the mana pool seems to have hardened and crystallized into a kind of a simile of a stone crypt or temple or shrine or of some sort. Yeah, who's going first?
I would like to go first.
You would like to go first?
That? Yeah. Azakar, hearing this booming voice, from the looks of like people who resemble people who he was a prisoner of for a few years during the war, he is going to feel like a surge of rage from that, a surge of duty as well. He is going to... How far can I go?
So you can go 6 base, so that's far. You can make an agility roll to go further.
Yeah, I'll make an agility roll to go further.
Okay. So I think it's going to be a combination of like how well you roll, whether you roll with hope or fear. We're going to say, so this will be an agility 13 arena.
That is with a +1 as well. So that is going to be that's going to be a 16 with 17, yeah. But with fear.
17 with fear. Okay, so you are able to do it. So you can move like 12 squares, basically.
Okay. I'm actually going to no, I won't. So sorry, say that again.
12 squares. So double move.
12 squares. So for some reason my thing's not coming up anymore. For some reason I can't see the squares. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, so everyone else, you catch your breath for a moment as you watch Azakar like rush towards the edge of the mana pool, and there's a small leap as you leap from the edge onto the hardened crystallized surface. You can see that there is still liquid mana beneath this, much like the surface of a frozen lake, but it seems sturdy and doesn't kind of crack underfoot or anything. But yeah, you barrel towards the glowing figures in front of you.
And I am going to, as Azakar is running towards this dragon scent, especially, he is, you can see like his hands starting to crack as he is producing another bolt beacon, as he sort of screeches to a halt and then just blasts it from his hand.
I will take a fear as an aside from your roll.
So
Yeah, go for it.
spend a hope on that, and badoom. So that is that's a 10 plus 2, that's a 12. Let's see if there's anything else I can do. I'm going to spend another hope on that. I don't think it's going to do much, but I'm going to spend another hope on that, even though I get a hope from the roll. To put an extra 2 on that for Aya's soldier as well.
Okay, that seems very prudent right now.
To fight against sort of like this arcane being. Let's see what else I can do. No, I think I'll leave it at that. So that's only a 12. So I don't know if that's probably not going to be enough, but that's a 12.
Is it 12 total?
Oh, actually, no, it's a 14 total.
14 total. 14. Yeah. So it's a bolt beam, yeah.
A bolt beacon.
Bolt beacon. Paint me a picture.
So, yeah, as he sort of screeches to a halt, like far enough as he knows his training, like has taught him, this crackle of light that he has been conjuring with his hand is going to shoot out of his right palm, heading straight for the dragon scent image.
Okay, so as this kind of beam of divine energy rockets out towards the dragon scent, the figure sort of like stoops low, like into a more steady stance, and then as the beam is about to strike, these kind of fiery wings emanating from his back lunge forward and wrap round him like a cloak, and the beam kind of shatters across the flaming wings, and with a lofty sweep, the wings part, and the spectral figure in front of you, a face contorted in disgust, kind of snarls at you. You dare bring her magic here? He says, as he then you rolled a hope. I'm going to spend a fear to have him activate. So I go down to 2. As this figure sort of like lifts a hand up and it's holding what appears to be a wand. So the corrupted echo responds with only a 3. Rolls that's a hearty nat 1. So the beam arcs towards you, and that also kind of shatters across your form as the eye as light protects you. The dragon scent snarls, and as he is relentless and may activate twice per GM move, he will then, the corner of his mouth tilts up in a snarl as he says, "It would seem I underestimated you." And surprisingly, he surges towards you until he's in melee and will use a fractured memory to the figure. So it rushes towards you. The wings splay out as it lifts off the ground, and then hurtles back to earth in front of you. Landing with a thunderous slam. It's gonna make a d20 plus 2 attack against you, Azakar. A 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, you take 2d8 plus 10 damage.
Nasty.
21 damage. As you're rocked off your feet and kind of collapse to the ground, you are also vulnerable as this figure sort of looms over you, and this kind of dark majesty radiates from its form.
Okay.
I'll give you the exhausted thing for now.
I'm gonna spend 2 armor slots because I'm guessing it's a meets it beats it sort of situation that we're going with. And
Yeah.
my severe damage limit is 20.
Okay.
So I'm gonna spend 2 armor slots to get me down to 19, so I only take major damage instead.
Okay. So 2 hit points worth of damage.
Yeah.
So as this dragon scent kind of slams down and then stands tall, it lifts a hand and regards the other 3 of you still kind of on the shore. "Look how easily you fall," he bellows. Who would like to go next?
Straight away, unless Cal or Ray reacts, Vanier's just almost predator mode, just grabs the floor and just lunges like a wolf, just plowing. I'm going to make an agility roll to try and get up in this guy's face next to Azakar.
Before you do it, this is going to be a live experiment. Bear with me for 1 second.
How quickly can we kill Azakar?
If I roll everyone,
No.
I don't really need the rolls, but if I do this, did that work? Oh, it did!
Oh.
It did! There we go.
Oh.
There we go. So now we have a little glowy around Vanier. Cool. What's Vanier doing?
Yeah. Almost like he's running on all fours. The gauntlets, he propels himself forward, almost like the wind coming off the back of his gauntlets, like a speeding rocket towards this entity. As I will make an agility roll to see if I get there.
Okay.
And because I got the hope to burn. I would like to use my... Where is it? Details. I have an experience called Thrill of the Hunt.
Okay.
Where seeing this dangerous entity almost instills like a instinctual excitement of predator and prey within Vanier as he lunges forward towards this creature who he wants to best in combat. So I will spend a hope to use that, if that's okay, DM.
Yeah, that takes you down to 3.
And that will give me +2 to my agility roll. What's my agility? +1. Cool. Let's do this. Oh, plenty. Yeah. 15 plus, so 16, 17, 18 with hope.
Ooh, yeah, that'll do it. So yeah,
I
full
just
12, and we'll give you your hope back. Okay.
Yes, I'm just gonna double check. I'm full up on my. Yeah, I am. So, wait, am I? Yeah, I am. Yep. So I'm gonna take that hope because I can't take any more Slayer die.
Sure. So as you kind of leap from the shore as well and land on the crystallized like mana pool, oddly, as you're running across, you notice that the sort of like the haptic feedback that you're getting from the soles of your feet, it feels like you're running on stone, but to look at it, it looks like you're running on glass.
Okay. But yeah, you see in this moment, as I'm just double checking my abilities, which just making sure I haven't got anything interesting that I need to take a note of. It's been a while. Yeah, cool. So yeah, so basically yeah, as he's lunging forward, like wind and ice is just rocketing off these gauntlets, stone gauntlets, as he hurls himself next to Azakar, and with like an almighty leap, raises a gauntlet and like almost rocket punch towards this entity. And I shall roll to attack. I get a 3. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, come on. 8, 9, 10, 11 to hit. With hope.
Okay, so you'll get your 5th hope. But as you kind of swing this thunderous gauntlet round with a strong right, the dragon scent, like you up close, it's like it's a creature made of magma almost, but there's no kind of heat emanating from it, and there's like motes of moving light kind of floating within its form. But this dragon scent, for all of its seeming etherealness, there's certainly a very solid heft as the dragon scent reaches a hand up and catches your gauntlet with one flaming hand, and then like turns to look at you with these blazing yellow eyes. Pathetic, he spits.
Yeah, it's almost like fire and ice, like meeting each other in this moment, and Vanier's just smiling and snarling in this joy of battle, just ready to go again.
Okay.
When he can.
Who's going next? Gal or Rayri?
I'm happy to go. Rayri. He's like, well, I guess we're doing this then, as the two of them just like absolute maniacs. And I'm going to spend a hope, and I'm going to use my ability, which is Natural Familiar.
Okay.
And what she does is she just kind of just goes into like one of her like lava space buns, she's just kind of like funneling around in there. She just takes out a little clump of lava and just like pops it on the floor, and it just goes whoop, and it just sprouts little legs, and it just starts running around like a little lava sprite.
Okay. I will find you a thing for that.
Where's my
What's it called? Natural familiar?
natural familiar?
Okay.
Basically, I get an elemental.
Familiar.
Yeah.
Okay. On the fly, everyone. This is DMing at its GMing at its finest.
Make a separate token. It literally just is like a little guy.
I can.
It's just a little guy.
A little guy. Just a little. Sure. Let's use this for now. Whoop. Cool. Nailed it. Okay, we're gonna make it's small, right? It's a small little guy.
It's a little lava blob.
Okay.
A little guy.
It's a little guy. Ready? Boop. Oh wait, no. Ready?
I like him.
Don't like him. Don't want that one. Oh no. Wait. I'm showing myself up. Natural familiar. And then I can just paste that in, update, and then ready. Boop. Little fiery guy.
Can't see him.
Can you not?
I can't see him either.
No.
Can you not? You're right there.
Can see him on the stream. Can't see him on the.
That's tricky.
How odd. Can you see? Oh, for goodness sake! Can you see that?
You can see that. Yeah.
I can see that guy.
But you can't see. You can't see the familiar.
No.
I can see something. I can see the natural familiar.
He's just running around.
Yeah,
No.
I can see
You
it.
can't.
I can see him on the stream.
How
I can't see
weird.
him on Aspen.
How weird.
I can.
Okay. Well, you're the owner of it, Livy, now. So, you can't see.
Something you
He's
can't
right here. It's right here. You can't see him.
No.
It's a token. I can see where it potentially is.
How odd. How
But yeah, it runs.
bizarre.
It
Okay.
doesn't
Well,
come up with anything. It's just.
okay. Well, you can tell me where he's going.
He's gonna follow me around like he's just my little mate.
Oh, okay.
So, with that, she mounts Vinny, and they will charge into battle, all three of them. Vinny, Lava Sprite, and Rayleigh.
Sure.
So, agility roll. And can I? No, actually not. We'll see. Right. Oh, my natural familiar made it roll.
Okay. So
11.
11.
13 with fear.
11
We're
with
plus 3.
fear. So you aren't. So basically, you aren't able to make the full distance. So, yeah, because it's DC. It's difficulty 13. So, like mounting up.
I mean,
We got a 13.
Oh, you rolled a 13. Beg my pardon. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of things. I'm trying to get you a natural familiar that you can see. 13 is fine. You can move 12 squares. If you could move those 12 squares quite slowly, then it give me more time to sort this out. Natural familiar. Yeah. Go nuts. I'm a professional. Has your familiar got a name?
Larvae.
Love, yeah.
Bobo.
Yeah. Gobbo, yeah.
Okay, does this work? Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
You can see
I
that?
can see something.
Right. Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to kill it. Okay, we can see it. We can see it. One.
Okay.
Update. Okay, ready? Boop. There he is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yay.
And then that
Fab.
needs to come out. And then I need to give you control so you can move it around. Boom. Done. Bish bash bosh. $1. Yes.
$1. I'm going to spend another hope.
So that'll take you down to 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Mhm.
To use my Ranger's focus on when I make wait. Spend a hope to make an attack with your weapon on a success. You temporarily make that target your Ranger's focus. Along with doing okay. So I will spend a hope as long as this works. I'm going to use my crossbow.
Are you going to use crossbow whilst in 5-foot range of this entity?
So basically, I have to shoot him with my Ranger's focus, and then he gets stress every time I make an attack. So I kind of need to attack him first. To get my Ranger's focus going.
But does the ranger's focus have to be something you do in melee?
No, not necessarily.
Because I'm guessing, is there a form of like disadvantage for being up close?
That's what I'm.
I don't know.
getting at.
If
That's
it's
what I'm.
my
Yeah, I believe so. Let me just double check.
I'm so not used to playing a Ranger.
Memory range.
I would sing the countdown theme tune, but I'll probably get demonetized.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I can do something else. I'll look it up once I've done this.
Yeah,
Instead, I'm going to use my elemental breath, and I'm going to just blast out some fire.
Some flair. Okay. So, sorry, I'm back in the room now. So you, on the back of Vinny, you've leapt onto the glassy substance as well. Vinny is making some somewhat discontented noises because he's running on bad juju.
Yeah, you don't like.
But yeah, as you approach, this dragon scent is kind of holding Vanier's fist. Azakar is kind of like down on one knee in front. But yeah, the dragon scent seems largely distracted.
Fab. Actually, I'm going to change what I'm going to do. Vinny's going to bite him.
Okay.
Fabulous. So Vinny is going to fight. Is going to bite him. No, it's not going to get him. It's going to be
I'm
like,
not having great rolls at the moment.
no, we're doing.
We're rolling real bad.
So, in which case,
10 hit.
10, a 10. Well, this figure, which is holding Vanier, like as you approach, at the last moment, the gaze, like the stare at Vanier, flicks to the left. As the dragon scent notices you coming, and Vanier, you find yourself fundamentally, like from the wrist, with a flick with a strong flick, you're almost kind of thrown in the way of Rayri, and you, like, as you kind of, before you catch yourself, you body into the side of Vinny, and Rayri knocks Vinny and you kind of off balance, and you skit off to the side.
Yeah, I was looking for the rules of range, and I can't actually see at the moment. But my plan was to do a tag team because I got so much hope, but I was too busy looking at the rules.
That's alright, I'll have a little look. Can I get a hope? I rolled with hope.
Yes, you can. So you're back up to 4. Very good, very good. Anything else, Rayri?
No, because Vinny goes in the place of me. So that is me done.
Okay. Next up is, well, I assume Cal will be going.
It's me. It's my turn. I'm watching all of my friends fail miserably hitting this dragon cell.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned. I'm also a little concerned that I'm not going to get very close because now everyone's surrounding this guy. But all I can really do is hit him either with a crossbow or with my sword. So, first of all, I'm going to do an agility roll and try and get a little closer. I also have an experience, which is lightning speed, which I want to use to add to my roll and spend my last hope, because I've only had one hope for a long time.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and get as close as we can to add that onto my agility, just to get me as close as I can get. So let's try that. So that should be, yeah, so hang on, my agility is +3, so it'll be a +5 essentially, whatever I roll, so let's go for it.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's 17 in total. So how close can I get?
So you can go 12. So when you drag your token, can you see the distance travelled?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Oh, that's one. I think I can just get about. Yeah. Hang on, sorry. I'm not used to measuring for.
I mean, we can be a little bit loosey-goosey with it, give or take.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you were...
Yeah,
you were, like, here, so...
Cool. I was just going to try and get here.
You could go another 2 if you want. Another 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. So
yeah, you can get to there.
There, that's fine. Cool. Now, the question is, am I in range to hit the git? Or am I not in range to hit him? I'm within 10 feet, but my melee, so...
Yeah, close, not very close.
Not. So is that a no to hitting him, or is that a yes to hitting him?
That's a no to hitting, unless you can hit things at close, rather than very close.
It does not
Sorry, unless you can hit things at very close, not melee, yes. So yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. In that case, can I do anything else? Cool. I don't think I can do anything else. Oh, I can get myself on the unstoppable feature. So for a long rest, you can become unstoppable. So I've got a die to mark it, just so I have it ready. So I'm on number 1. So whenever I deal more than 1 hit point, I add 1. I believe that's how it works, Dan.
Okay.
Because Dan is the only one here who's used unstoppable. So I'll check with him.
Oh yeah, sorry. What was the question? So I was trying to look up rules.
No, it's cool. I'm on unstoppable now. For my guardian.
So unstoppable. So you start on
1.
the lowest die. And it will count up each round when you make an attack.
Cool.
So
That's fine.
Count
So
up every time you make an attack.
So you're unstoppable.
Awesome. Okay, great. And that I think is all I can do at this moment.
Did you want
I
to
think I'm just
crossbow
gonna-
someone?
I could do. I could give it a go. Why not? Let's do that.
As Beef has pointed out, you need to show these millennials how to roll dice.
Apparently, I'm also a millennial and it's an older one. Or I don't know, actually. No, that's wrong. That's also wrong. I don't even know anymore. Let's try the crossbow. So that will be +2. So let's have a look and see what happens. I'm gonna so I'm aiming at corrupted echo here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm still close enough, or just far enough away. I'm not entirely sure.
Mm-hmm.
12. So that's 15 +2, 17 to hit.
Is a hit.
Yay! Thank God. Okay, so that's 2d6 +1. I just rolled a 2d6. So 3. So that's 4 points of damage. Yeah.
Okay, so that is minor minor damage. So that is 1 hit point. But as you kind of scoot around the corner with your kind of lightning speed, as you skid to a halt, like within the same fluid motion, the crossbow comes out, prepped and primed, and as you fire it, the crossbow bolt seeming like hits this dragon scent in the side of the head, and bizarrely, like the point of impact like flash crystallizes, and you watch as the crossbow bolt kind of shatters across this elemental's like skin, but the echo kind of rocks slightly, like releases Vanier from the impact, and then turns to face you. The range on a weapon.
Oh, cool.
These mechanics considered its maximum
Yeah,
range.
so from all the information I was looking at on the rules, there's nothing at all stating about
Point blank in the face.
so the range of a weapon is anything within that range bracket, and it doesn't give you disadvantage being up close to someone, apparently.
Double thumbs for point blank crossbows.
So-
Boo, 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 boo. Okay, yeah, fair play. So Rayri is exactly where she needs to be.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, in which case, yeah, this crossbow shatters across the side of the Echo's face as its skin crystallizes under the impacts, and then, like, as it turns to you, Cal, you notice that spot is still crystallized, and like it's almost as if the impact has forced this kind of metamorphosis. So whilst the rest of it is somewhat kind of fluid, and looks like a conglomeration of moving mana, this one spot now seems solid. Anything else, Cal? Or was that it?
Can I just gain a hope? Because even though I spent a hope, I now gained a hope from my agility roll as well.
Yeah, I popped you back up to 1.
Okay, wicked. That's great news.
And then you rolled another hope with your attack roll. So yeah, you got up to 2.
I did. Yay.
Boom. 2 hope for Cal.
That's news. Thank God. Yeah, and that's all I can do at the moment, but I'm ready. Like, I feel like once he's done the crossbow, he will prepare to get out his sword for close range
Sure.
for his next go. But yeah, that's...
Well, that next go is going to have to wait a while, for the GM is spending a fear to activate, to interrupt. So, Cal, as you kind of draw your sword, and the echo kind of rocks from your crossbow bolt, like in this sonorous roar, the dragon scent shouts, "Aid me!" And the two mages, the two echoes of mages in the background kind of immediately spring to action. So I'm gonna use one of these action tokens to activate one of the mages. The first one, what appears to be the Ace of Our Man, looks to you, Cal. Realistically, you've done the best so far, and you feel this. You suddenly feel really kind of heavy and lethargic, and through your experiences in the war, you know that you've been afflicted with some sort of magical malady of sorts. So let's put a poisoned on you. So you are cursed. So if you make any rolls with hope, this mage can spend a stress to instead make you roll with fear. Okay. The other, that's an action. The other will do the same on Rayri. So Rayri and Vinny, you are both cursed. Oh, there's actually a cursed thing. Okay, we'll use that. So yeah, the two of you are cursed. So if you roll hope, I can spend stress to instead make you roll with fear instead. That'll be their turns. Then the Corrupted Echo, now that you're all handily gathered around, will attempt to cast another spell from its fractured memory. So I'll mark a stress to roll a... Okay. Oh boy. As these two curses kind of reach out and enshroud Cal, Rayri and Vinny, the dragon scent kind of, with a bell, like a buffet of its wings, kind of launches into the air, and spreading his arms wide, a fan of flame explodes out towards all of you as you're all within close. I need to make attacks against all targets within close range. So, Rule Keeper PC Dan, is that one roll against everyone or one roll per person?
One roll against everyone.
Okay. In which case, the Corrupted Echo is going to roll a 19.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okie dokie. So everyone will take 8 damage.
I'm going to spend an armor slot to reduce that by 6.
Okay.
And then I'm going to chance that point of damage because of my thick skin racial feature. I got to roll a d6, and if I roll 5 or more, I don't take that damage.
Okay.
1 point of damage. So I'm just gonna roll my d6 now. Where are you? Bam. Nope, I still take it.
Toasty Vanier. Okay, so everyone else, mark off your armors as and when. Was it minor damages for all of you, or did some of you hit major?
So I'm taking an armor slot, which I believe then reduces my damage to under 8, so I mark 1 damage,
okay.
I believe.
That's the same in me. I'm going to mark stop. Take 1.
Okay, so you're
minor.
You've all basically taken 1 hit point. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, so arms wide, the flames kind of roaring like past and over you. The figure sort of like the wings kind of flapping to keep it aloft bellows, "You should never have come here!" And using Relentless for its second one, it's going to spend another stress to cast another spell. Okay, cool. As it says that, it reaches... The echo reaches out. All targets within close range must make a presence reaction roll. And it seems that this guy is going for broke, so I'm just gonna overcharge that. I'm down to 2 of 6 stress remaining. But anyone who fails will take 2d8 plus d10 plus 10 magic damage that can't be reduced by armor. As this echo, seemingly at the height of his power, reaches into your minds to rend them. So, presence rolls, please.
Okay.
You said 15.
0.
So do you don't get like hope? No, reaction rolls you don't.
No,
get hope
reaction
or fear on.
rolls don't get
Don't count.
hope or fear.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so Azakar rolls 12
20.
plus something.
Well, it will be. I've got -1 in presence, so my one actually goes to a 10.
Ew. Okay, and 11. Give yourself some
one.
credit.
I'm wondering if I could do something because I feel like I might die. if
Uh-huh.
this happens. I'm going to use my Seraph Hope to spend 3 hope, and I can either re-roll my prayer dice or refresh one of my used prayer dice. I'm going to spend. That might. No, that's not going to be enough. Because I was going
Do
to.
you not have
my
armor?
4.
Oh no, we can't use armor slots, can we? Oh.
Okay. That is. I don't think there's a lot I can do. I think I'm going to have to.
How many hit points are you on?
I've got 2 left.
Okay,
You've only got to get over a 9, and I'm.
I see. What's Cal rolling for the ye old presence?
Sorry, it'll be a +0,
Yeah.
but I do have the when you make a presence roll against a hostile target, which is technically the same. You can spend a hope to add your strength trait to the roll, which will make it a +2. So I think it's probably wise.
Spending a hope, yeah.
So yeah, so we're gonna see if that makes a difference. So I'm gonna roll this and add +2. Thank God. Okay. I
Okay.
think that's. I think I'm okay.
So we have a 16 from Cal. We have a 9 from Rayri, or is it higher?
What range are you? Yeah.
Currently, we are like in melee. But bear in mind, you could be not in melee because you didn't have to be up close to attack.
No, it's not that. It's one of my abilities is I can mark a stress and increase my invasion if it's beyond melee range. But you're not.
But it's not. It's a reaction.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that wouldn't apply. Rayri's. So Cal has passed, Vanya has passed, Azakar and Rayri, you have not passed. So you're going to take 2d8 plus d10 plus 10 for a grand total of 28 magic damage.
And I can't use an armor slot, so I'm going to take 3 hit points.
Azakar.
I'm just having a look to see if there's anything I can do. I don't think there is. I think that's all my hit points gone.
Azakar. Azakar.
I got the death move rules up ready.
Yeah. So have I.
Daggerheart.
So, Azakar, as this dragon scent this manifestation of this dragon scent looms over you, buffets you all with flame, and then seemingly the mana dives into you, like pierces into your very minds. As you feel the world kind of slipping away from you, you can choose one of the three options. Blaze of Glory. You embrace death and go out in a blaze of glory. Take one action at my discretion that becomes an automatic critical success and then cross through the veil of death. You can avoid death and face the consequences. You roll your hope die. If the value is equal to or under your level, you gain a scar. You also drop unconscious temporarily. You may not move or act while you're unconscious. Or you may risk it all. You roll a duality die. If you roll higher on your hope, you stay on your feet and you clear an amount of hit points and or stress equal to the value of your hope die. If your fear die is higher, you cross through the veil of death. If they're tied and you crit, you stay on your feet and clear all hit points and stress.
Yeah, it cut out
Unfortunately, I
then.
didn't hear that last
So if you
bit.
get a crit, you get all your hit points and stress cleared. So
Yeah.
basically,
So,
fully.
Blaze and Glory, you get one action that'll be an automatic critical success. Avoid death, and then you may get a scar, or you gamble.
Yeah.
If your hope is higher, you live.
Does the
If you're-
duality dice thing that you got work for this?
What do you mean the duality dice?
I
You mean-
thought you had like a die thing that you could swap for.
Yeah, do your prayer dice just work on duality rolls?
No.
Okay.
They only work on increasing rolls. I can. Oh, actually, let me see. There was something. Let's see if this will work. Does it say anything about anything I can use along with?
I think the risk it all is literally like
I
you're
can't
rolling the
use
dice, so it's a 50-50 chance.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, you just compares hope higher.
You may clear an amount of hit dice and or stress equal to the value of your hope die. How would you like to divide up that 9 you've just rolled?
I think I'd like to get rid of all of my all of my HPs. So
Yes.
that will go down. And I've only got 1 stress, so I'll clear that 1 stress as well.
Okay. In which case, like Cal and Vanya, you watch as sort of like Rayri and like you feel the mental assault from this echo, this mana echo, and you watch as like Rayri and Azakar are bowed by the sheer oppressive force of it. But then you watch as... Well, Nate, tell me what it looks like as Azakar defies the oncoming of death.
He's gonna see that fire, that red fire, sort of blaze across his whole body. He's felt surging like fire burn his skin before. He's gonna, with all his might, he's tuning into his devotion to divinity, his devotion to Aya, and pray that he wishes to continue to fight. He'll feel like a glow sort of come through his whole body as he can feel himself sort of open his eyes again as he hasn't quite crossed the veil yet.
Okay. And yes, you feel this surge of hope like rise through your chest as you surge back to your legs, back to your feet, and I'm out of actions. So who would like to go next?
How do I get out of being vulnerable? Or maybe because I was almost dead, can I not be vulnerable anymore?
Yeah, so if it has a... So the vulnerable condition, sometimes the thing that inflicts the vulnerable condition has a trigger to end the condition, which makes the vulnerable condition that you've received a permanent vulnerability. If there's nothing stating on that ability,
so you're vulnerable until your next roll with hope, and you know what? You just rolled hope, Azakar.
Yeah, I did.
There we go then.
Okay, you surge to your feet. You are no longer vulnerable. I think it's Azakar's turn. Don't we all?
Mm-hmm. He'd like that. Get him.
I'm swimming in hope, so if you want a tag team moment as well.
Yeah.
You have 10 hope between you. Please do a tag team.
let's do a tag team then.
Yeah.
As Azakar sort of raises back up to his feet, he's gonna turn to you, Vanya. What would you like to do? I was thinking of doing something with my scimitar, so.
I think it'll be very much a.
How about because my weapon is imbued with divinity. How about I give you a little bit of divinity into
the gauntlet?
Yeah.
Oof.
And then we just go together.
Both together punch this dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So both of you, who's spending the 3 hope? Azakar?
So, bear in mind, I'm spending it. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's Azakar's go. I'm interrupting his turn, so I'm spending the hope.
Okay.
I was going to say I don't mind spending the hope because I've got quite a bit as well.
Up to you, because if it's your go and I come in, I spend the hope.
Okay, you spend the hope.
Or no.
Do it.
Yeah, it depends. You could, if I went and you spent the hope, you could essentially go again after me if you wanted to murder round.
I mean, it sounds like you could do that the other way around. Let's stick with it. It's Azakar's turn. Vanya spending the hope.
Yep. Okay. So I take off 3 hope.
So down to 2.
Yep.
Yeah. Quick description of what you're doing, and then roll some dice.
Yeah. As Azakar sort of almost draws his blade, you see this sort of white light sort of flash across it. He can see Vanya sort of almost going up for a punch. He kind of scrapes the sort of side of the scimitar along the side of Vanya's gauntlet as it sort of passes by, to sort of imbued it for a short second with divinity, as then he sort of patches that round and also goes for a smack with it.
Okay.
And this is divine and primal magics working together against arcane.
Just like they did 6 months ago.
I, in this moment as well, would like to, because of this moment is quite crucial, I would love to spend another hope to use my experience thrill of the hunt as this tension and this heightened scenario just fills Vanya with adrenaline as he goes for a you know, killing blow. If that's okay, DM.
Yeah, absolutely. I've taken you down to 1 hope.
Yep. So that's gonna give me +2. So I mean, that's a total +5 to hit. Cool. Let's do this. Bam.
Bam. Oh, it's a crit.
Oh. Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Doesn't that mean we both crit then? Because we take yours. We both.
Yeah. Why not?
I think. Let me just double check the rules, but I believe.
So, well, you'll both. Yeah.
Let me just.
Sure. Tag. Is it called tag
means
team?
you take most damage, right? So you get max damage, both of you.
Beat.
That's what-
And you roll again on
Dice
top.
back, baby.
Hold on a minute.
You both roll damage as usual, and then add it together to determine the damage dealt. So both of you make separate rolls before resolving. Choose one of the rolls to apply for both of your results. So presumably you're both choosing the crit. So you will both roll crit damage.
with crit. Okay, so this gets interesting for me.
Okay. So right. So crits, just to be clear, are like max damage, and then you like roll again, don't you?
Yeah, so you max damage of so take the total value of each of your weapons die, or anything that gets added onto it, any damage from it,
Yeah.
sorry, in terms of die damage, and then you re-roll those die
Yeah.
like properly,
So yeah.
add whatever you rolled onto the total value.
Cool. So yeah,
Which
Azakar
me-
and Vanya, if you both roll your damage die, and then we'll add max on top of that as well.
Okay, bear with me.
So that is a 19 plus 1, so that would be 20.
Plus another 20.
Plus 21.
Well, so it's... Oh my god. So it's max die roll, so 20, plus 19, 39, plus 1 strength. So 40 damage from Azakar. And yeah, Vanya, can you beat a 40? That's the question.
Oh, no. So here, listen, hear me out. So, my arcane gauntlets are 2d10, so immediately that's 20.
Yeah.
I'm using both of my Slayer die, which adds an extra 2d6, so that's an extra 12. So that's 32.
Are they damage dice? Are they like weapon damage dice?
Yeah, they count as on top of the damage, the weapon damage die.
Okay.
So that is 32 already, plus what I'm about to roll, which is 26. So 32 plus 26 is 58.
So,
added to Nate's damage as well.
for reference, this tag team has just done 98 damage.
Go on. He's dead. He's dead, babe.
Now. 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 One would look at the Daggerheart rules and claim, well, I have a severe threshold of 20. Ergo, I only take 3 hit points.
No.
However, as we have reached almost 5 times severe damage threshold, I see a finger.
After severe, the next threshold to take 4 hit points is doubling the severe threshold. So if it's 20 severe, so if you hit 40, That's 4 points of health. Double 40 is 80, so that's 5 points of health. So we've managed to hit the 5 points of health. threshold.
May implement massive threshold that's double your severe. You thought.
Okay. Cal,
Absolutely.
Cal, I know you've just rushed in and you've got your sword out and you're ready for a fight. But Nate and Dan, describe to me what happens here.
So, have you ever watched One Punch Man?
Describe to me how through this surge of divine energy you obliterate this corrupted echo.
I don't know if you want to add anything to this, Nate, but as your divine blade scratches against the primal gauntlets and imbues them with this blinding light, from like almost carrying over from your almost resurrection that you've just been imbued with your deity's divine power. The gauntlets themselves, reacting to that divine nature, just explode with primal wind and ice as this almost like hurricane fist barrels to this enemy and just almost like this like explosive like shredding icy wind just almost shreds and obliterates this creature's entire body.
And as you do that, just before the body sort of obliterates, you can see Azakar like literally swing his scimitar straight into the heart of this echo.
I can almost imagine the divine nature of that moment almost evaporates the arcane magic that holds this form together.
And as this body just before it obliterates, Azakar will lean in and says, "Aya's blessing wishes you peace."
Cracks like rupture under the sheer concussive force of your combined attacks. The manifestation in front of you fully crystallizes into a brittle glass-like structure, and cracks of light appear across its form. And just as you go to deliver that kind of like the concussive thud from your punch, Vanya kind of ripples outwards across its body, just separating chunks of crystal in different directions, like in a fan away from you. Azakar, your scimitar is already planted, like skewered through its chest where its heart would be. And you are face to face with this this crystallized memory of a dragon sent wizard from the past, and as you say those words, Aya's blessing, the cracks reach up, like it detonate it, and it explodes away from you. The eyes, the stare at you, looking oddly thankful. The last thing that remains of it before it explodes into 1,000 shards. And as the memory shatters, so too do the memories of the two mages behind it. And as the two of you kind of drop and land drop back to the ground, Azakar, what you all hear, this kind of echoey voice ripple through the cave. I did it for you.
Mavania.
And with that, the cave goes silent as the foul, corrupting presence is banished. What now?
As we drop to the floor from that, like, immense, powerful blow between us, after catching our breath, I immediately swing around to Azakar, and in like huffing and puffing, he's like, "We make a pretty good team, don't we?" And I reach out for a hand, like arm grab, to try and help him up.
Yeah, Azakar grabs your hand, and he says, "I could not think of a greater ally. Thank you."
Cal stood in the corner, all by myself. Sorry, I derailed that emotional moment. Like as the two of you, Azakar and Vanier, as the two of you kind of affirm these pledges to one another, Cal and Rayri, your attention is caught by the sound of fast approaching footsteps, and you turn to see Tree, sort of like sprinting. Like you hear huffing and puffing, presumably she's climbing up that 10-foot ledge, and then you see her sort of like running to the edge of the mana pool, and like she stops, like proper like slams on the brakes to make sure she doesn't go face first into it, and then you see her she audibly says, "Ew." She looks around at all of this kind of corrupted, congealed mana, and then she looks up to the four of you, and I don't know if it has anything to do with what's just happened here, but the portal's activated.
Let us get off this. I'm looking down to see if the mana pool's starting to de-solidify.
It's getting a bit squishy underfoot, that's for sure.
Yep.
Right, let's go.
But you also notice as you quickly step off the the glassy surface that that sickly reddishness is seemingly like the pool is starting to lighten in colour, and by the time the four of you have made it back onto solid land and are beginning to make your way out, kind of following after Tree, you notice it seems to be reverting to the similar kind of light blue, magenta-ish hues of the other pools that you've seen in this cave. Yeah, seemingly cleansing itself of of the taint, whatever caused that corruption. But yeah, Tree's wittering as the four of you kind of hurry back after her. It sounded like you were having a fight, and then we didn't really want to stick our noses in case we got in the way, but then we heard like a loud bang, and there was some roaring, and I think it sounded like you were like eating explosions or something, but I don't know. But yeah, then suddenly there was this kind of blast of light from the end of the tunnel, and the portals turned on.
We're just walking past her.
Sure. Yeah, you manage to, like, as you make your way back to the area, you can see that the other researchers and Gerpel have already kind of relocated to the end of that tunnel where the portal is now on. You notice that the crystal at its centre now thrums with activity and life. The runic sigils around it that stabilise the portal are now like active as well. And a somewhat familiar kind of swirling vortex emanates up from the crystal. This looks like a fully functioning portal. Gerpel looks to you and, like, seeing you approach, he claps. He slaps a hand on your thigh, Azakar. I was poking and prodding it, and it just kind of flashed into life. I think I fixed it, he says. I don't know what you've a lot found in the tunnels, but I think this is our route out, the Croak says.
He sort of pats the Croak on the head and goes, well done.
You all notice as you gather round that bad aura that was emanating from the portal has seemingly gone, and Rayri, as you glance around, you also notice that the sort of like the withered roots that were kind of reaching out of the water up onto land, they seem to be kind of, there's almost like a colour seeping into the ends of them as they begin to sort of like grow, and it's almost like fingers reaching out towards the portal. And you watch as these roots, like creeping fingers, seemingly start to almost like begin to interact and manipulate the runic patterns on the portal itself. And as explorers who have used portals in the past, you can watch as it seems like the portal itself is being calibrated of a sort by these roots. Until the roots eventually kind of grow inwards and then seemingly start to sort of like grow down into the cracks of the portal, and there's a surge of energy, and the green light that emanates from it turns white. And yeah, wherever this portal originally led, it now leads somewhere else.
Well, that was weird. Shall we go?
I think it's that nice spirit that I saw. I think she's doing it. She obviously wants us to go somewhere nice.
And
I think anywhere is nicer than here.
As the four of you follow, the researchers begin kind of stepping into the portal, and one by one they're whisked away on ethereal currents. And as the four of you kind of watch to make sure they all leave safely, Tree is the last to go. The four of you step into the portal and are whisked away. Rayri, as the last to go, as you're about to step into the swirling miasma, you take a moment to glance over your shoulder, because you just have this feeling. And for a fleeting moment, you feel like you spot a young female keeper with a staff that looks surprisingly similar to a spear, that looks surprisingly similar to the one wielded by that young keeper boy in the forests. And as the world around you kind of shifts as the portal drags you away, you watch as this female keeper fades into motes of light. We fast forward to the sounds of cheer and mirth as tales of the rescue of the researcher team spread through the inn in the town of New Prosper. You can see a lot of the town folk have arrived to have joined in to congratulate you, to welcome back the researchers, to inquire about the tales that you have kind of crafted in your short time here. Overseeing the celebrations is the large, gruff Lorivar man with the eye patch, Sheriff Comstock, you remember his name being, who's somewhat overseeing the party alongside Davindram, the mayor of the town. And after a particularly waffly speech as demanded by the citizens of New Prosper, Davindram thanks you for your service to the town. As the kind of festivities roll on, the portal at the back of the inn bursts into life, and through it steps a Lorivar man, probably in his mid to late 30s, you would reckon. But what's bizarre is, despite his seeming kind of youth, he has a head of silvery white hair. Upon his forehead is a tiara with what appear to be magical gems. And some of you may have recognised this man from your time in Avermore. But as the Lorivar steps in, looks around, you note that his clothes are particularly ornate and lavish. You see the sheriff spin round and...
Ah, Archmage, it's good to have you back,
Comstock says. And Archmage Meridius Redan steps forward and... Well, yes, I came as quickly as soon as I heard. I hear the researchers have been returned, and I suspect I have you four to thank for this.
Yeah, you could say that.
As the four of you glance upon this Lorivar, you, whether or not you recognise him or not, you do know from his regalia that he is one of the Archmages, the Council of Archmages from Avermore. Potentially, this man would have been one of the brainchildren for the Explorers Initiative. And as he looks at you with these kind of cool silver grey eyes, he nods. There's a genuine smile upon his face. I'm very glad that you found the researchers. I hear that you found some quite peculiar circumstances within the tower. From what I understand, from what I've been told, these are quite troubling. This is quite a troubling revelation that Mana might have been corrupted. But I won't press you for details now. I'll let you enjoy the fruits of your labour here. Enjoy the hospitality of New Prosper. And then when you're ready, please return to Avermore so we can have a little debriefing. I suspect that what you've found out today may have repercussions on our future expeditions going forward. Threats that we might have to keep a close eye on. He looks to the sheriff again and Comstock, always a pleasure to see you. And with that, the Archmage turns, steps back through the portal to Avermore. What are the four of you doing? So starting with Cal, what are you doing in particular as the folk of New Prosper kind of celebrate your victory?
I think he is quietly relieved that no one died and they got the job done. He's been mulling over the events of the fight as someone who is not has for quite a while now had no interest in divinity, it was interesting to him to see it again in play in the way that it was. And he's still processing how he feels about it. So he is just very quietly, probably having a few drinks, probably still has his resting frown face on, but it might not be as frowny. There may be some, faint smiles going on here and there at the festivities, but nothing to suggest that he's angry, just he seems chill.
Sure.
And relieved everyone's safe.
In which case, as you're kind of taking in the party, if you will, with this kind of somewhat dour look on your face, from across the tavern, you spy the Wolfkin woman, Frinka, you remember her name to be, sat alongside the platinum-haired Asavar, Milia. And the Wolfkin lady kind of spies you, is watching you with this kind of frowned face, and then she shouts, "Cheer up! You look as miserable as Comstock!" She shouts across the hall, and you hear like a "Enough, Milia" from the sheriff. But yeah, the Wolfkin woman sort of like laughs at Comstock's kind of indignation, and then she kind of leans back, puts her feet up on the table and an arm around the Asavar woman. Vanya, how are you feeling?
As the camera pans away from Cal, you probably see Vanya very much in the middle of the festivities, very much like, is clinking his tankard with everyone, regaling like in his very broken common way of telling a story that he may portray it, but yeah, he's very much like and then this big crystal thing came out of the weird, goopy, arcane muck. It was crazy! And then, like, clanking his drink, glug, glug, glug. Yeah, it's very much like spurring on the energy of the atmosphere.
As you're regarding this tale, perhaps unbeknownst to you, you're being watched very closely by two goblin twin brothers who are just trying to size up whether your story is more impressive than theirs or not, of the things you fought within the tower. Nock kind of elbows his brother Bok, and no, that sounds really good. You write that down. Well, yeah, mate. Yeah, get that. Yeah, good crystal. Yeah. Yes, yeah. As you're kind of the rest of the patrons are enthralled by your story. Rayri, what are you doing?
Rayri is looking for Tree so she can find her orb.
Yes. Well, Tree, in fact, has been sat next to you, sort of like tongue out, trying to, still manipulating it. So fundamentally, all she's been doing is sort of like turning it over, poking it, shaking it, trying to twist certain things. And she turns to you with this look of sheer kind of frustration on her face, and I need my tools. I'll tell you what. When you lot are ready and you're heading back to Avamore, I'm going to come with you. I'll bring this to my workshop, and then we can try and figure this out properly. Because I'm not saying that these people are, they've just got no tools to use. How can a place like this get by without anyone within it? They haven't got it. She's getting frustrated to the point where she can't even get her words out, and then she kind of goes back to like someone in our world struggling with a Rubik's cube.
Just kind of like,
what do you think is in it? Is it like sweets or like, I don't know, was it?
Tree kind of stops. She lets out a big huff, and I mean, I need to make sure for certain, but this thing, I think it's a beacon.
Hmm. Thought we'd have something like a prize. Hasn't.
Well, you never know. You never know what it's a beacon for, or a beacon to. Maybe it's like a compass.
Yes.
We'll know when we get back to Avonmore, she says. She reassures you. Azakar, what are you doing? Given everything you've just witnessed.
Where did you say the portal back to Avonmore was?
So it's at the back of the this tavern, basically. So it's the portal that the Archmage just arrived and departed through.
Okay. He's hoping not to catch anyone's eyes. He's hoping that everyone is sort of thoroughly enjoying themselves and distracted as he tries to head for the portal himself.
As you begin to slink away, you find your way blocked by the broad-shouldered, like old Lorivar sheriff.
You know, it's rude to leave without saying goodbye.
True. Very true.
But I also understand why you might want to. There are things that you can see in a place like that that can rattle you, can really shake you. But I think that can also be something that steels your resolve. Really confirm a path that you need to take. Let you make decisions you never thought you could.
I acted impulsively. I acted in rage. And it almost got me killed.
The Lorivar straightens and...
Yes. I know of the rage you speak of.
And as he takes a drink, you notice that his gaze for a moment turns to look out of the window of the tavern to glance at the statue outside.
But sometimes that impulsiveness, that's really just a measure of how much we give a damn. And it's that drive that you need to hold on to.
I wish to hold on to that drive, but it needs to be controlled. That has always been my way. That has always been my training. Don't believe that I am running away from my duties. I just believe I need to reconnect with myself so I can fight again.
Comstock nods.
As long as you make sure that you still believe that when the time comes to return, you'll be good.
He sort of like gestures with his tankard at the other three around the inn.
They seem like good people. They'll be ready for when you're ready.
They are. exceptional allies. And I will be very lucky to fight with them again.
The Lorivar kind of gives you a smile and a nod. And, if you excuse me, I have to find that poxy deputy of mine. And as the Lorivar kind of steps out of your way, seeming like he gives you a wink with his one good eye, and then seemingly, it seems almost as if he's doing it to draw attention away from, like, draw attention to him. He kind of walks to the other end of the inn and shouts, "Has anyone seen Victor?" He says. And the rest of the three of you, like, you hear the outburst from the Lorivar, and all eyes kind of turn to Sheriff Comstock. But did any of you see Azakar slink away? Perhaps Cal, from your quiet corner?
I think Cal's pretty observant. I think he would have noticed. And I think he would have respected if Azkar needed to go.
Sure.
Cal is not a man of many words, but I think he will miss Azakar's presence in the group very much.
In which case, yeah, as Azakar steps through the portal to the gleaming streets of Avamore, and the rest of you tuck into a well-earned night of celebration. On the sounds of the seashore kind of lapping at the sand is interspersed with the sounds of gurgling of a gaggle of Croak. And with his hands on his knees, an elderly Lorivar man with his trouser legs rolled up is stood in front of them saying, "Okay, we will try this again. My name is Victor Kasprezak. And you are..." And the 4 sets of Croak eyes just stare at him. And then a voice rings out. "You will have to excuse my wayward brethren. They are not gifted with the gift of vocabulary." And Victor slowly turns his head to regard Gerpel. Could it be? Could it be? A talking croak? And Gerpel strides forward. Yes. I do not know what cruel fate, what fortuitous fates have led me to be able to converse with you, but I have seen and admired you for many years. And Victor's face glows with joy. There are so many things. There are so many things. And Gerpel starts to retch. What I'm trying to say is, and the Croak vomits up what appears to be a small mana crystal, which falls into the water. And Victor, a bit surprised, looks down and, "Yes? What is it you need to tell me?" And Gerpel, just one eye, looks at Victor, and he responds, "Oh. Oh. Oh." And then he sits down in the water as the sea washes past him. And there's a scrunch of the face. And then a mal-coloured stain begins spreading through the water. And Victor, "Oh, it was worth a try," he says, as he slowly backs out of the poo-stained sea. And as the elderly Lorivar walks back up to the town, as the sun begins to set over the horizon of New Prosper, we will call it there. Congratulations, everyone, on completing Tale 1. Hey!
Yay.
You did it! You did it.
Didn't die.
You didn't die. Oh my god, you didn't die in the most dramatic way possible. Yeah, I mean, it's the first. What a way to showcase the death mechanics of or not the not death mechanics of Daggerheart. So it would seem, yeah, absolutely aced it. Cool. So yes, we are done with this story. But Tales from Elsewhere is not complete because that was only Tale 1, and we will be moving swiftly on to Tale 2. How about that? How novel is that, eh? Yes, I'm excited to see what I can conjure up for some of these beautiful lot. Is it public? Are we making it public?
Might as well make it public. Yeah.
Sure. Well, the next time you see us, we will have a change in the lineup. Such is in a sense, almost the point of Tales from Elsewhere, in that it's quite, it's a bit of a one in, one out, like a revolving door of characters. Just to have lots of people kind of show their faces and have a good time. But yeah, we are saying goodbye to you, Nate, for the immediate future. Azakar's got some questions to answer, some things to ponder. So yeah, hopefully, we fully expect that we'll see Azakar again in the future. But we will have a new guest filling Nate's lofty shoes on the next stream. I think that's it. What are we? Yeah. Are there any shout-outs you want to give, Nate, before we call it quits?
Oh yeah, we might as well shout out that Pride Cafe is coming up. So Pride Comic Art Festival. It's a comic art festival that me and Chris, who has also been on the channel, we run it. It is a dedicated comic art festival to LGBTQIA creators. It is happening in Bristol on the 21st of September. It's open from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. And it is absolutely free to enter. And we have over 60 different creators coming this year. So please do come along if you can and spend your money buying some amazing stuff.
And
great stuff.
Yeah, 100%. We here at Explorers of Elsewhere can confirm that it is awesome. It has been previous years and it will be this year. So yeah, absolutely come along if you're in the neighbourhood, or even if you're not, just have a day trip. Cool. Well, tell you what, let's turn off the funny music and let's go for the outro. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit the like button and comment down below on what you would like the themes, the ideas for Tale 2 to be, and yeah, if there are any kind of absolute bangers of suggestions, then quite possibly you could see that come to life. To see Tale 2 and everything beyond it, as well as all the other stuff we're doing, Campaign 2 that's got Nate and others in, we've got one-shots coming up, there's live streams, we're playing Fallout London that I'm a voice actor in, loads and loads of stuff. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications when we release new content, because there's just so much. So with all of that in mind, thank you all for watching. Thank you four for playing. You've been a delight, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.